Welcome to this short video, which is part of a suite of short tutorials. This one details how to enter a patient record into the British Hernia Society Registry. For the purpose of this video, we will be using the demonstration registry, which is identical to the live registry. This case is a more complicated procedure, a repair of a ventral hernia, but just as easy to add to the registry. Once you have completed the registration form, you will receive your login details from the registration team at Dendrite. This email will contain the registry URL, username and password. If you are accessing the registry from inside your trust, then click the NHS connection. If you are outside the trust, then choose Internet connection. To the right of the screen is what is known as the hamburger. Click this to reveal the various menus which show useful information such as how to register for an account in the registry, download consent forms, frequently asked questions and more. Type your username and password. At first login, you will be asked to choose a new password. Click Login. Once logged in, this is the main landing page. This is the main menu page that leads to all aspects of the registry. Here you can edit and add patient data, access reference documents, and download your data that you enter into the registry. There is also a message area. This will show you the contact details in case you have a technical or clinical query. It can be used as a notice board to inform you of any changes to the registry. To enter your first and subsequent patient, click Add New Patient. From your login details, the registry knows who you are and where you are from. The primary identifier for the patient defaults at the NHS number, but you can choose from the drop-down list and choose another choice if necessary. Enter the NHS number. This patient is consented for the inclusion in the registry, and they have agreed to be included in the PROMS programme. You then need to enter the patient's email address, where the PROM will go to. And also the patient's phone number. The hover prompt shows exactly how you need to fill this in. You need to fill in the phone number with the country code and no spaces. Complete the date of birth. You can type this in or use the calendar button. Choose the biological sex at birth and the date of procedure. Again, you can type in the date or you can choose the date from the calendar button. You must enter all the questions on the page before you're allowed to enter the patient into the registry. Click Enter Registry Data. Each page has a heading explaining what the questions are about. This one is risk factors. To navigate the registry, use the white buttons at the top and bottom of the page. These take you forward and back through the registry. You can see to the right of the top navigational buttons is a drop-down box. This shows you which page of the registry you are on. This is page 2 of 3. Once you're familiar with the registry, you can use this drop-down box to quickly skip to the various pages. You may not have had time to complete all the data for this patient and wish to return to the page with missing data without paging through the others to get there. The registry questions are colour-coded for ease of use and reference. Questions turn from blue to green when answered. You can see the full colour codes explained in the top right-hand side of the screen. There are various question formats for data entry. Radio buttons are round and are mutually exclusive. You can only choose one or the other. That way you cannot answer, for instance, yes or no at the same time. To edit your choice if clicked by mistake, just choose another answer or double-click to empty the field. Some questions are conditional. Here it is to enter height and weight. They only appear if relevant to the previous answer. It keeps pages short and easy to follow. Auto calculations are questions derived from the data entered. Here the example is BMI. Once we enter the height and weight, this is automatically calculated below. The square buttons in this question are multiple choice. Click all that apply. If you click none, then the others will be greyed out. Choose the ASA grade. Some questions have hover prompts to explain their definition. This question is one of these. Now click Next Page. Now enter the operation overview details. You can see that any data that has been previously entered is copied forward. This saves entering duplicate data. You can also see on this page the red mandatory questions. If you don't add the data for these questions, you will be reminded with a pop-up message when you try and leave the page. There are few mandatory questions in the registry, but it is important data that should be entered for each patient and that you will know the answer to. Choose the type of hernia or hernias you are repairing. In this case, a ventral hernia. Then click Next Page. Now we move on to entering the operative data. Where there are quite a few questions relating to the same topic, the page is split into tabs. It makes data entry easy and saves scrolling long pages. The tab you're on is white, and the others are coloured to easily see which tab you are working on. The buttons for navigation also turn to Next Tab instead of Next Page. You can also click on the actual tab to move back and forth. Add the type of ventral hernia from the drop-down box. Regarding the position of the hernias, using the EHS classification, choose from the multiple choice options, or you can click directly on the diagram. Either place you enter data works in synchronicity. If you make a mistake, simply click on it and you will remove that choice in both places. Complete the rest of the questions on this tab. Click Next Tab. Now enter the defect closure data. This next question shows an exclamation mark, which is a speech bubble. Click it and you will see help in the text to clarify or help you answer the question. Click Next Tab. Now enter the mesh data. This question for type of mesh has a search facility built into it, as there are so many choices available. The list is self-learning, so once you choose your most used mesh, it will move to the top of the list to save you time. You can also type into the question the make or size of the mesh, and the search facility will offer a list based on your entry. This question also has the same search facility built into it. For the mesh position, as before, click on the diagram or choose from the multiple choice answers. Click Next tab. Now complete the last tab, the wound closure details. Complete all the data or enter what you have available. You can always come back and add data when it's available or you have more time. This question is a free text box. Just a quick note, the intraoperative complications is an orange desirable question. This means that we would like the data to be entered, but it is not mandatory. If you don't complete the question, when you leave the page you will be reminded to add the data or you can move forward. Now the data is complete, you have the choice if you want to add a new ventral hernia, or you can click Next Page. Or you can choose Back to Operation Overview and you'll be taken back to the first page. You can see here that the hernia has been entered, and if you wish to edit your data, just click on Edit Ventral Hernia. You can of course add another hernia repair here also if needed. Once you are happy, then click Save and Exit to leave the record. You will be taken back to the My Patients page. Your patient will appear at the top of your My Patient list. To add more data later or view the record, just log in and click the row you require. You can also add new procedures to an existing patient record here and view the prompts for patients. Always use the Logout button, located on every page in the top right-hand corner of the registry. Don't use the cross browser button or the registry will automatically log you out for 15 minutes. If you should do this, please read the message below on how to regain entry. We hope you enjoy using the registry and thank you for entering your data. For any technical issues or queries, please email the address shown here on the screen.